Hello and welcome back to Voidy Century. My name is Ion and we're bringing you another One Piece card game update. Some intense news drop for the One Piece card game community as the 25th anniversary of our beloved manga went underway. And may I offer my congratulations and gratitude to the great Oda-Sensei and the cast of the ever-long running anime. We were surprised by the reveal of the first few cards of the upcoming film starter deck and their leader Shanks, which will be released in Japan this coming August 6th. And a crazy look at some new alternate arts of our Straw Hat crew displaying their WANO ARC attire. But before I get ahead of myself, let us first take a look at the card reveals of the film starter deck. Let me swing you over to the onepiececardgame.dev website where they don't miss a beat in updating these cards. First one up, we are looking at the leader Shanks. He has STO5-001 of the film, 4 Emperors, and the Red-Haired Pirates. He is the leader of the starter deck. He has Activate Main, once per turn, Dawn -3, meaning you put 3 Dawns back into the Dawn deck. Your film type characters gain plus 2000 power during this turn. Life 5, Power 5000 of the Slasher attribute. At first glance, you'll think that the Dawn -3 is not impressive. Of course it's not. You don't want to be losing Dawn while you're playing this game, but you gotta think of the perspective of being a purple deck where Dawn ramps. And on top of that, his ability gives all of your characters plus 2000 power during this turn. Well, all of your film type characters. As we touch each card here, it'll make sense why his ability is the way it is. Let's look at his card first. Let's admire how this card looks. He resembles like the other starter deck leaders. He has the map design as well on his background of the card. I like the tinge of the purple here. It's not as dark as the Animal Kingdom Pirates. We have to also admire the fact that he has 3 different types to him. He has film, 4 Emperors, and Red-Haired Pirates. So moving forward, we have Uta here that has been revealed for quite some time now, and she is STO5-004 of the film type cards. She is a blocker, and on block, Dawn -1, rest up to one of your opponent's characters that cost 5 or less. Cost 4, Power 5000, Counter 1000, and Attribute Special. I always thought that she already had a good ability. You know, just on block, putting 1 Dawn back to your Dawn deck, you are already in the process of resting your opponent's characters that cost 5 or less, which is pretty strong. Because in the current meta, from what I've seen, there's a lot of mid-game processes that involve character cards that cost in between the 2 to 5 range. And I think she is a good disruptive card for purple. Next card up, we have Karina. If you remember her, I think she was Nami's best friend growing up. Non-canon though, she is STO5-005 of the film and Grand Tesoro type. She has Activate Main, once per turn, rest this character. You may send 1 film type card from your hand to the trash. If your opponent has more Dawn cards on their field than you, add 2 cards from your Dawn deck and set it as rested. Cost 2, Power 3000, Counter 1000, Attribute Wisdom. So I love this card because I feel like going against other purple decks, she can be an equalizer. And on top of that, she makes sense in a Shanks deck. As much as there's a lot of ramp in purple, if you are willing to use Shanks' ability, you need Karina in your deck, and having her in the 2 cost category, even though her 3000 power doesn't leave you much to work with, she has a counter 1000, and again her ability makes up for that power base because she's just a 2 cost and she can get you back to ramping your Dawn. Okay, so next one up we have Guild Tesoro, STO5-006 of the film and Grand Tesoro type. When attacking, Dawn -2, draw 2 cards. Cost 5, Power 6000 of the special attribute. Amazing cards again in a very ramp centric deck like purple. You wouldn't even think twice of returning 2 Dawns to your Dawn deck just to draw 2 cards. A very strong card. Paying 5 for 6000 base to draw 2 cards, even though it says when attacking. Imagine it being in a green-purple deck and being able to go back to active. Losing 4 Dawns in a turn just to draw 4 cards, I don't think is a big loss at all. Moving forward, we have Shiki. Shiki is STO5-008 of the film and Golden Line Pirates type. If you have 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. Cost 6, power 7000, counter 1000 of the slasher attribute. A very strong late game card. Well, around the mid to late game. He drops at 6 cost, and having 7000 base power, you're pretty much invincible if you have 8 or more Dawn cards in your Dawn area. Again, not impossible for a very ramp centered deck like purple. Next one up, we have Zed of the Film and Neo Navy type. If this character battles with a strike attribute character, this character gains plus 3000 power during this turn. Activate main once per turn, Dawn -1. This character gains plus 2000 power during this turn. Broken. Sorry, let me finish his text here. Cost 7, power 8000, and of the striker attribute. I think that's a little typo there. It's not cost 2, it's cost 7. But let's get back to his ability. With the early meta of the One Piece card game, it is without a doubt a strike heavy first set. And this card coming in at 8000 power base, fighting a striker pumps him to 11,000. He is virtually indestructible. Your opponent will need to be using all of the counters and all of the event cards that they have in their disposal just to be able to stop this monster. And on top of that, during your turn, once per turn, Dawn -1, this character gains another 2000 power. So he can go up to 13,000 power. How many counters do you need to stop this beast? I think this is one of the strongest cards I've ever seen come out of the leaks. 7 Dawn is not hard to pull off on a ramp deck. It's a scary card to deal with, and most of all, your opponents will have to prioritize getting rid of this card, so he can be a scapegoat or even a game ender for your deck. And may I remind you that this card is considered a common. So next one up, we have Douglas Bullet, STO5-011 or 011 of the Film and Pirate Fest type. Activate main once per turn, Dawn -4, rest up to 2 of your opponent's cost 6 or lower characters. Then this card gains double attack during this turn. Cost 8, power 10,000 of the special attribute. And he is the super rare of the starter deck so far. And that card looks amazing. I actually like how he looks. Again, like I said before, I'm not fond of the anime art, but he has a very geometric style to him. I just like how intense the card feels. His ability is nothing to scoff at. -4 again in the purple ramp centric deck. It's okay. You rest 2 of your opponent's 6 cost or lower characters. That's a big thing. And then he gains double attack. A character that has 10,000 power is swinging at you with double attack. I just want to clarify on the rulings of double attack. It means he swings once and it deals 2 damage, i.e. grabbing 2 life cards from the life area. So that's how double attack works in One Piece card game. But still, 10,000 is a lot of damage to block. And on top of that, if Shanks again with another -3 done and buff him for another 2000, he is again indestructible. Okay, and now we have Buena Fiesta, STO5-014 of the Film and Pirate Fest type. On play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck and reveal 1 film type card other than Buena Fiesta and add it to your hand. Then return the other cards to the bottom of the deck in any order. Cost 1, power 0, counter 2000 of the Wisdom attribute. I think this card is very strong. Try to pull your attention away from the fact that he is power 0, but he is a cost 1 to be able to check your top 5 cards and grab a card. On top of that, he is a counter 2000. So even in the late game, he's a very viable card. You will have a use for him, even if you don't need to search any more characters from the top of your deck, or this actually searches a film type card, so it can be a character, it can be a stage, it can be an event card. But again, if you're already set up in the late game, you can just use him as a counter 2000. And lastly, we have Union Armado, STO5-017 of the Film and Pirate Fest type, the first event card for the film starter deck, and it has counter up to 1 of your film type leader or characters gain plus 4000 power during this battle. If that card is a character, that character cannot be KO'd during this turn. And trigger, add 1 card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Cost 2. I think it's a very useful card, a strong card at that, because you're paying 2 just to pump 4000 to your leader or characters. And that card is a character, it can't be KO'd. It's an amazing card, there's a lot of utility with it, and it works so well with the entire deck. So this is your starter deck so far for ST05, and if my knowledge serves me right, we should be expecting 8 more cards to come at us before the release date, since the other starter decks have offered us 17 cards each. I'm very excited to see these hit the playmat, and I love how they have a slightly distinct color to them even though they are treated as purple. It feels they have a lighter shade. Now to the new parallel cards that were quietly dropped to us today. Just when we thought we can't get any more AAs in the first set of the One Piece card game, they gave us these amazing looking cards. May I say, they may be reprints, and I apologize as I can't get a better picture quality for these cards, but these do not disappoint. I myself would love to have even one copy of each card to commemorate the 25th year anniversary of One Piece. To remind myself that it was the WANO ARC that got us to year 25, but there's a big but to getting these cards. From the information I've collected, it has been disclosed that these new parallel arts will be Japan exclusive only. So there might be a hefty price to pay to get them into the Western singles market. Let's pray these cards get reprinted inside future booster boxes and that we may have enough patience to wait for them. What do you guys think of these cards? That's all I have for you today. As soon as something drops, I'll make sure to keep you guys posted. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!